Oversight Committee. You were one of the members of Congress involved in preparing the investigation and the hearings that we are now seeing the fruits of with Intel Chair Adam Schiff on the floor right now. Congressman, to Jonathan Alter's point, are you surprised, and do you think there is hope that reasonable, independent-minded senators may listen to some of what we are hearing today, some of the work that has gone into the House manager's side, and think to at least keep an open mind to living up to that oath that they took the other day about being impartial jurors?
Ali, I have been very disappointed. I think Adam Schiff did a magnificent job in the beginning where he said, we can disagree about whether the president is guilty or not, but one thing we should all agree on is that this should be a fair trial, that every American should hear the evidence and the witnesses. And I thought he laid it out so compellingly when overwhelmingly the polls show Republicans, Democrats, independents want to have a fair trial, that you would have some independents. And one of the comments that struck me as totally out of place, actually, was the Chief Justice calling the Senate the greatest deliberative body and that we should rise up to honor that body. And here you've had a series of 53-47 votes, and I think people sitting back home would think, what is this Chief Justice talking about? I mean, I don't know if anyone in the country on any side of the aisle would describe what's happening today in the Senate as evidence of a great deliberative body.
There's no deliberation.
Yeah, well, so Congressman, what's the answer to this? Because this is day one. This is the day when we were going to see how this all started to pan out. And what you are seeing from the House managers is a remarkably disciplined laying out of the circumstances, a narrative, the sort of thing that we who are not lawyers would expect you would see in the beginning of a court case. And what you see from the president's defense team is a lot of attacks on the House managers, as opposed to, as Kimberly Atkins said, a lot of legal pushback or debate over the legal arguments.
Well, what you see from the president's lawyers is they're playing for Fox News. They're playing for their base. They're not engaged in legal arguments. I don't think they have any pretense of engaging in legal arguments. They're hoping for clever sound bites that will appeal to the president and the president's base. And what you're seeing from House managers is an effort to appeal to two basic concepts. One, the concept of fairness, that we ought to have a concept of a fair trial. And second, a concept of an evidence-based presentation about what this president did wrong. But you really have sort of a reasoned view of democracy in contrast with the president's propaganda. And the sad thing is the country's polarized. I mean, the country is not clearly saying that we believe in reasoned debate.